Now diatoms consist the rigid cell wall. Rigid means strong cell wall, and due to the rigid cell wall, they are stored on the earth surface. And the main important thing is this: diatomaceous. Earth. This is the most important thing. Let's see from the textbook. This group includes diatoms and golden algae, that is known as desmids. They are found in fresh water as well as in the marine environment. They are microscopic and float passively in the water current. See, the organisms which are seen over the water surface are known as planktons. It is known as planktons. So here remember that planktons are of two types: phytoplanktons and zooplanktons. So as you know that the organisms phyto world, the study of the plant is known as phytology. So here phytoplanktons include the plants, So you know that phyto word indicates the plant, and zooplanktons consist animals. But remember, here the plants and animals you consider as a unicellular organisms. Fine, don't consider these plants and animals belonging to the plant kingdom and animal kingdom, right? Most of them are photosynthetic. In diatoms, the cell wall forms the two thin overlapping shell which fit together as in the soap box. So similar to in the soap box, when two soap are coming together, are kept together, just look like that. Exactly similar thing is present there. So we say that cell wall is very rigid, or we say that it is very strong. The walls are embedded with silica. The cell wall is present, and cell wall is consists of the silica, the very thick layer, and thus the walls are indestructible. Means the walls are not destroyed, are not worn. Thus, diatoms have left behind large amount of cell wall deposits in their habitat. So, in the area where the diatoms are situated there, so in this region, fine, diatoms are deposited in the large amount. This accumulation over the billion of years is referred as a diatomaceous earth. Fine. So here you remember that diatoms are present as a fossil form on the earth's surface and form the diatomaceous earth. Due to the rigid cell wall or strong cell wall, they are stored as a fossil for a prolonged time. Being gritty, this soil is used in polishing. This soil is very rough, if diatoms are present on the surface, the soil is very rough, and that's why this soil is used in polishing as well as filtration of oil and syrups. And the most important thing, you underline that diatoms are the chief producers of the ocean. So majority of the food is synthesized by the diatoms in the ocean. Now, the next point is dinoflagellates. See, according to the word, you understand that dino means two and flagellates means flagella. So here the most of the organisms are included here. It consists the two flagella. Fine. And here only one important thing for MCQ. Red dinoflagellates known as goniolates. The red color of Red Sea is due to this. This is only one important thing. Fine. These organisms are mostly marine and photosynthetic. So marine means you know that living in the marine water. They appear yellow, green, brown, blue or red in color. So for your kind information, yellow color is due to xanthophyll, green color is due to chlorophyll, red color is due to erythrin, blue color it is due to cyanine. So as you know that our RBCs are reddish in color, and that's why red in color. The scientific word is used here. That's why we are using the word erythrocytes. So similar to that, red color is for erythrin. Blue color is indicated that cyanine is present there. And brown color, that is xanthine. So don't do the mistake here. The yellow color is due to the xanthophyll and brown color is due to the xanthine. So you know that in the plant the green color of the leaves are due to the chlorophyll present inside it. So you know that chlorophyll is greenish in color, and that's why the leaf is greenish in color. Fine. Similar to that, different colored pigments are presented, and according to the different type of the color, different dinoflagellates are seen there. The cell wall has stiff cellulose plates on the outer surface. Outermost layer is made up of the cellulosic material. Most of them have two flagella. That's why I have told to you that dinoflagellates means two flagella are there. One lies longitudinally. Longitudinally means vertically, and other transversely in the horizontal manner. in the furrow between the wall plates. So the cellulosic wall plates are coming in contact with each other. So at the junction of it, the transverse flagella is originated. Very often red dinoflagellates, for example goniolates, undergo such rapid multiplication that they make the sea appear red. So we say that red tide. So red color of the red sea, it is due to the red goniolates, red dinoflagellates. And here this dinoflagellates produce the toxin. Fine. So due to these toxic substances released in the large number, fine, the dinoflagellates kill the other marine animals such as fishes. So due to the red color, more amount of the dinoflagellates, so it use the dissolved oxygen, and as a result, the fishes will die due to oxygen debt. So this is about the dinoflagellates. Now euglenoids. Euglenoids, for that only one MCQ is there. Euglena, you know that in the euglenoids. This is the most important MCQ. In the presence of sunlight, see, for euglena you have to remember only one thing. In the presence of sunlight, it acts as a plant, it becomes autotrophic. But in the absence of sunlight, it becomes heterotrophic. So that's why euglena is a connecting link between the plants and animals. The only one thing is here. Majority of them are freshwater organisms found in the stagnant water. Stagnant means stable water, sthir pani kehvaye. Instead of the cell wall, they have protein-rich layer known as pellicle. Cell wall is absent here. So instead of the cell wall, pellicle is there, and due to the pellicle, the body is flexible. It has two flagella. See in the diagram properly that one long flagella is there and one very short. It is low on the body surface. Though they are photosynthetic in the presence of sunlight, when they are deprived of sunlight. Deprived means when the lack of sunlight is there, they behave like heterotrophs by predating on other small organisms. Euglena acts as a predator animal and depends on other small organisms than them. Interestingly, the pigments of euglenoids are identical to those present in higher plants. So, here in the euglena, just like to the higher plants, the euglenoids are there. Pigments are there, similar to that chlorophyll, carotene, xanthophyll, like that. Now, the next is slime mold. Slime mold are saprophytic protista. So, as you know, that saprophytic means live on dead and decaying matter. The body moves along decaying twig and leaves, engulfing organic material. So where the decaying twigs are there, decaying material is there, surrounding to that, slime molds are present there. Under suitable condition, the most important one, they form an aggregation called as plasmodium. See, in favorable condition, The slime balls are united together and form the plasmodium. Then plasmodium forms the fruiting bodies. Plasmodium forms the fruiting bodies when unfavorable condition is there. And this fruiting bodies produce the spores, and the spores are present on the surface of the slime mold, and when the air current passes through it, the spores are run through the air current, and when the spores are coming in contact with the soil surface, and in this way the reproduction occurs. And similar to that, we use the word known as sporophytic formation or sporulation. Fine. They form an aggregation called as plasmodium, which may grow and spread over the several feet. So might be 5 to 7 feet, it reach up to this much height. During unfavorable condition, the plasmodium differentiates and form the fruiting bodies, bearing the spores at their tips. So in unfavorable condition, the plasmodium is converted into fruiting body, and that fruiting body produces the spores. And these spores are present on the tip of the slime mold. The spores possess true walls. They are extremely resistant and survive for many years under adverse condition. So when adverse condition is maintained for a prolonged time, the spores are accumulated at this region for a prolonged time. The spores are dispersed by air current. Dispersed means move from the one place to another place. Now about the protozoa. The last portion. All the protozoa are heterotrophs and live as a predator and parasite. So you know, predation means by killing the particular organism. After killing the particular organism, the predatory animal obtains the nutrient from it. And parasitic type of nutrition means the parasitic organism which live on the host organism, but here the host organism is living. Fine. They are believed to be the most important thing, primitive relatives of animals. એવું એક બિલીફ કરાય છે કે એનિમલ્સના પ્રિમિટિવ રિલેટિવ્સ આ પ્રોટોઝોઅન્સ છે. There are four major groups of protozoa. So here first we see that amoeboid protozoa. See, amoeboid protozoa, in that you remember there are only two things. Amoeba, it is irregular in shape. So you know that amoeba is irregular in shape, and with the help of cytoplasmic streaming, it forms the pseudopodia, the wrong leg. So you remember that pseudopodia, you have learned this in the 10th standard. So with the help of that pseudopodia, it locomote, means move from the one place to another place, as well as with the help of the pseudopodia. So this pseudopodia is covered the food particle and then enter that food particle, and this phenomenon is known as phagocytosis. And the another important point, just after the amoeba, entamoeba histolytica. Cause amoebic dysentery. So you say that amoebiasis in humans. So generally here entamoeba histolytica cause the infectious disease of intestine in human being, that is known as amoebic dysentery and wordo kehવાય. And due to this dysentery, it is also known as amoebiasis. And due to this dysentery, the intestine are affected, both the intestines, small and large. So here mucus layer is affected, so mucus layer is worn, removed. That's why sticky diarrhea and bloody diarrhea occurs. Okay, and here the mucous membrane is affected, so that's why the person cannot obtain the sufficient amount of the nutrients. That's why weakness, tiredness, abdominal pain, and diarrhea. These are the few symptoms. Amoebiasis is mostly spread by the housefly. So as you know that when any person consists the amoebic dysentery or amoebiasis, so in its feces, fine, in its stool, the entamoeba histolytica protozoa are present there. Fine, and when the housefly is coming in contact with this contaminated feces, the entamoeba histolytica protozoa are coming in contact with the housefly body. Now this contaminated housefly can now coming in contact with the fresh water and food and make them contaminated. And when the healthy person can intake this contaminated food as well as water, the person got infection. So this is about the amoebic protozoa. The organism live in fresh water, sea water and moist soil. They move and capture their prey by putting out the pseudopodia, that is false fate. As in amoeba, marine forms have silica, shell, and on their surface, some of them such as entamoeba are parasitic and harmful for that. Now, the flagellated protozoa. Example, Flagellated protozoa. Here, trypanosoma consists flagella and it is parasitic. It causes sleeping sickness. When person is coming in contact with say fly, so this say fly acts as a vector of the trypanosoma. So this trypanosoma is now entered inside the any person's body. Initiated condition in that it affects the nervous system first. So here what happened? That initially unconsciousness, then then semi-coma, frequent unconsciousness, followed by semi-coma, followed by coma, and leads to death. So this trypanosomiasis can affect the aged person mostly, and it is spread by say fly. So here I can stop now. Fine. Remaining thing we will discuss in the next lecture. So last lecture we have learned with the last line, that is protista in that it is eukaryotic and membrane bound organelles are there, and cilia and flagella are present there. Protista reproduce asexually and sexually by process of cell fusion and zygote formation. So you know the difference between sexual and asexual reproduction is that in asexual reproduction, uniparental, no gamete formation, no fertilization, and we say that no variation. So you say that no any type of the evolutionary change is there. Fine. Now the five different types of the protista. So first we will discuss about the chrysophyta. Chrysophytes in that two types of the organisms are involved with that. Diatoms and golden algae. Golden algae, it is also known as desmids. So mainly for diatoms and golden algae, you remember that one thing only, that diatoms can accumulate fine on the earth surface, and due to the diatoms cell wall,